right, everybody. I think we're good to go here. We're 2:02. I don't want to be too late, but fashionably late here. To introduce myself real quick, I am Jacob Locke. I am the CEO and founder of Unlock CRM. I do see some familiar names here in the chat. For those of you that already are on the platform, I do appreciate it. And for those of you that aren't, would love to have you. Today we'll be going over our commission tracking features in specific. And I just wanted to set the table here that what we do with the commission tracking is just a very, very small sliver of what we do on the grand scheme of things. And if you've seen any of our content or had a demo, I'm sure you're aware of that. But today, wanted to go over our commission tracking, and not only is it just commission tracking, it's commission tracking for insurance agents, but then it's auto sync commission tracking coming directly from carrier statements, which I think is fun. So if you have any questions, throw them in the chat. Would love to answer any of them along the way. And if my sound goes off or my video, please let me know. I'm on the younger side, but all of my webinars I've ever done in my time have been Go-To, and Zoom is my first one. So I apologize for any technical delays, but we'll get rocking and rolling. And so obviously Unlock CRM as a whole, we like to market and label ourselves as AI-powered CRM for insurance agents. And like I said, what we'll be going over today with our Commission Plus feature, which is the auto sync commission tracking, it's an important piece, but it's an important piece, but a small sliver in the grand scheme of everything that we do. If you would like to see everything that we do, please book a demo. I threw a link in the chat there below. But let's get started on the commission tracking piece. And so I'm not a big PowerPoint guy by any stretch of the imagination, but I do like this graph that we've put together to give you all an idea and a visual of what we do. So we'll go through this real quick, go through the actual software for commission tracking, and then we'll open it up to questions. In the meantime, I'm always open to feedback and what agents are using. And so if you don't mind throwing in the chat, please let me know if you are using any commission tracking software. What are you using? Do you like it? Is it too expensive? I just love hearing feedback, because obviously it can make our product better and ultimately serve insurance agents better. So with that being said, there's three components to this. There's the commission tracking, there's the book of business tracking, and then there's application tracking. And so I know everybody's here for the commission tracking, so we'll focus on this the most. And so obviously everything starts with the data that you get. I'm sure we've all seen these logos over here a time or two before. And essentially what we've done with this is that we've partnered with an incredible company on the commission tracking software side to where we've made it available to track all of your production, not only for yourself, but for any uplines, downlines, and any type of situation where you need to track your own payment or your agent's payment. And so with that said, on the auto syncing tracking side, we are connected with over 300 plus carriers. Once we open it to questions, I'm going to throw a PDF in the chat. You'll be able to get a full list of those carriers. But obviously it's all of the big names. And so to start, okay, well, how do we get the files into the system? There's a couple different ways we can do that. First, we can do it manually. It's not fun, but you can do that, and I'll show you how to do it here in a little bit. Manual's not a bad option because the software will still display the data in a better format, much better than a regular PDF would, or even then, if you do any other route. Number two is we can connect your email, and whenever you get an email from the carrier, we can auto pull those statements as well. Once again, it works. It's not the preferred method. Additionally, if some people do use Zapier, just if they want certain automations. We don't see a lot of that. Where the magic is the retrieve feature. And so what the retrieve feature does is that you plug in your carrier portal logins, and no matter when you get a new statement from the carrier, it gets auto-populated into the platform seamlessly. And so that's what I want to focus on. These are great to have, especially if, say you sign on and you have previous data you want to comb through, you can upload them manually. But then the recommendation is always to put your carrier portal logins through retrieve, and I'll show you. I promise. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a slideshow guy, and then not show you how to actually do things. But then the big thing to move through this then is okay. Well, so we set up and we're getting all of our statements. How do we actually make sure that you're getting paid what you're supposed to be getting paid, or that your agents are supposed to be getting paid what they're supposed to be getting paid? And so right here, which is bank deposits, and so this is connected with a company called Plata. I'm sure you guys have seen them, but what this sets up is that you can, and you don't have to, but for better or for worse, you can connect your bank account. That way you can the system will cross-reference automatically. Okay, my statement from Integrity said I was supposed to get paid $1,500 and the bank deposit only showed $1,300. Easy use cases like that to where it makes tracking that much easier. And so obviously when we have the data flowing through, it's connected with the bank account. You can then visualize the data, see it row by row and dashboards and graphs, and I'll show all that fun stuff here in a second. And then it opens up the opportunity to, okay, did I get paid on all my apps? Are there any underpayments? Are there any missing renewals? The renewal piece is a huge part of this. And I'll just go out to say agencies that do come on and use the platform and use the CRM, I mean, within the first 3 months, they find 10 to 12% of missing payments. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but it goes a long way. And so with that being said, we transition over into here, and this is where, it gets a little more in depth. We have a team to handle it. But for all of you agencies out there, I'm sure you're on the call, this is everything right here. So essentially what we've set up is that you can set up LOAs, overrides, partner splits, and then you can set up portals for your agents to go to. We are currently working on sending calculations to these software platforms as well. I know it says April 2026. A little behind schedule on that, but that will be here soon enough. And eventually the plan in the grand scheme of things is being able to run the full payroll cycle through the platform. So W-2 employees, 1099 contractors, whatever it may be. It's from I always say it's from submission to commission, the entire life cycle of that policy. So that's the commission tracking side. I'll get into this platform here in a second. Similar with the book of business, it's the same deal to where you take the 300 plus connected carriers, you auto sync the records, the system will find the policy status, and then just run future reports on those. So if it's going to lapse or a premium was missed, a chargeback, all of that is tracked within the system. And additionally, with the applications here, very similar. Not as connected when it comes to the carrier piece, and I'll show you what you can do with that here in a second. However, I'm sure you Health Sherpa people out there, you health insurance agents are very custom with them. We are integrated with Health Sherpa to where applications that do get submitted with them flow through our application table, and then it syncs the whole life cycle. The application, the actual policy, and the commission is all synced one way. So with that being said, this is the first and only slideshow or graph I'll show in my career. I would like to actually move into the platform here so you guys can start visualizing how this would be pieced together. And I apologize if I'm talking too fast. I get told all the time I talk way too quick, but I'm excited, guys. So I try to keep it moving. If you have any questions, let me know. And we'll keep it moving here. So hop into the Commission Plus portal here is where everything's going to happen. And so with home, this is your home page. This is primarily where you'll be able to see your agents and then what carriers they have commission records with or policy records with. Very easy dashboard. If you click on digest here, this is where you would take all of those old files, drag and drop, and all of your previous data would display. As you can see here, what I mentioned earlier with the email syncing, you can do that as well. You have Zapier, And then if one of your agents has an account under you through the software, they can connect that to the agency account seamlessly. But with that being said, that's the dashboard or the homepage, I suppose. Now that we actually get into the dashboard, this is where you can start visualizing stuff. And so with this here, commission count, KPIs, there's going to be a lot here. I'm just going to keep it very surface level, and if we need to take and get deeper, we can. But this is where you can see everything. So just by dragging and dropping the statements from the homepage, it puts it into this data format. And so you can see you have filters between your agents, the carriers, the product lines, the sub-product lines, and then classifications as well. So advance payments, chargebacks, fees, renewals. You have a very, very good idea of what's going on commission-wise. You can also visualize the data this way in between agents. So Jesse killed it this month, and Jesse did great in May. Jacob Block, that's me, did great in May 2024. So the dashboard gives you the idea of where everything is at. Now, if we move it over into here, this is the all-time data, and you can think of this, and for better or for worse, a glorified Excel sheet to where it's very customizable, and it has all the data. The agent's APN, NPN, statement date, period date, client full name, first name, and then if we get into here, policy number, effective date, everything's right here. You're like, okay, Jacob, this is great, but I don't really care about tables. me neither. Now, if we get into the fun part, which is the retrieve, and this is why I mentioned with the auto syncing from the carriers. You can see here, all the carriers are here, and all you have to do to get your commission statements auto synced into the platform is simply put in your username and your password. And so then whenever that payment cycle is through, you can see here payment type, defined weekly, gets emailed to you, monthly, whatever that may be. So for those of you that don't know, I was an insurance agent in another life, and I transitioned into the software world beautifully. That's why I build software for insurance agents. If I had this feature right here, it would have saved me so much time and money. And I'm sure, as you guys can imagine, we can scroll through some carriers here for you to see. And the cool thing once you do that is that, like I said earlier, if you come over to here into deposits, this is where you connect the bank account. And then this reference tab right here is where the magic happens. It references the payment data versus what you got paid and didn't get paid, while at the same time it's referencing everything in the system here: applications, your book of business, commissions. It's going to find here, as you see, it's going to find matches, no matches, and if the data is an outlier, which makes it very easy. Let's go into here, hierarchy tree. You can see here, this is just from the data I uploaded, and I didn't have to do anything for this. It will auto detect how your hierarchy is set up. So you can see here, you have me and then all my list of agents. This just gives you a good visual of how everything is set up. If-then rules. I'm sure there's a lot of questions around where people think in the back of their mind, especially with agencies, for comp splits and anything in between that. That's where it would be done right here. And just as a frame of reference, if you're on the call and this may seem intimidating, you don't have to worry about setting this all up yourself. We have a dedicated onboarding team and dedicated people to make sure that this is set up the way you would like it. But as far as like customizability, and everybody has their own downlines and their own structures, this is where you would come in and place these rules. You can think of it as any type of automation software, to where if you need this to happen and this is the outcome, this is where you would do it, where you could add a rule to where, okay, Joe Smith is supposed to get paid 80%, and then John Smith, his upline, needs to get 10% of that. This is where the magic flows. I'm not the guy that sets it up. We have a team to do that. But this is where the customizability really comes into play. And let's take a quick pause right here before I start getting into What will we get into next? I'll probably want to cover the application piece and then some of the agency parts. If there's any questions, throw them in the chat, please. We do have a hard cutoff at 2:30, so I want to be conscious of that. Um, let's see. Let's see here. Do you have any other integrations with Ash or Integrity for Book of Business and applications? Great question. So yes, we do for the Book of Business. Book of Business is synced with Integrity. I'll have to check with Ash, but I can't recall how that relationship works since they got bought out by them. But I'll double check for you on that. Oh, it's Jason and Jason. Hey, Jason, we connected on LinkedIn. It's funny that you work with Ash since I'm in Fort Wayne. The brokerage I got my start at in the industry was One Resource Group, and they're 15 minutes away from Ash Brokerage, and they're rivals and stuff. So it was fun. But what is the setup cost? Yeah, we'll get into the cost here in a second once I finish this out. I hope you guys would be at least pleasantly surprised by it. I think Jason is. Jason's already on the platform, so hopefully that's a good indicator. But real quick on the application piece, it's very, very similar to what we have gone through already, to where you import and you can visualize everything. So if we look at the list of applications here, it's just, at least for me, it's a much easier way to deal with this data than having to be in Excel to start, and then especially once you start setting up these if then rules, that's where the magic can happen. You can visualize this data as well, so it can be broke down by whoever it may be. We do have these forms as well. So on the application side, it's a little harder to have that relationship like we have with the Book of Business and commission to be tracked with over 300 carriers. But what we can do here, say you submit an application, you can actually just drag and drop that PDF into here, and it will auto sync all of that data and display properly in the platform. For you Health Sherpa people, it's seamlessly synced just by giving Health Sherpa the webhook and API key. If you need any help with that, it's easy enough for us. We do have fun leaderboards for you and your teams to be able to see where everybody's ranking application and premium wise between different product lines. But as we go into the Book of Business here, it's the same setup as the commission tracking. I tell everybody, go to Retrieve and plug in your carrier portal logins, and the data starts flowing. So same if-then rules. You can visualize everything. I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything when it comes to that, but it's pretty seamless in that sense. As far as integrations go, we have API keys. We can set up webhooks to where we can't, if there's a carrier that you would need immediately, we can do that. As far as carrier flexibility does go, we are extremely quick with it. Like I said, we're connected with over 300. I'll share the PDF in a moment. But if you do need to request a carrier, you just put in the carrier name, the website, your username and password, and we're typically able to get carriers integrated within 7 to 10 days. Me being the founder, that's probably well, that might sound ambitious. My engineers might not be too happy with that, but 7 to 10 days is usually as fast as we can turn around. Turn around with integrating new carriers that you guys request, because obviously the most important thing to me is listening to you, the insurance agent. And so with that being said, if you have any questions, throw them in the chat. I'm going to go through this last section down here, and then we can get into the nitty gritty if you would like. But the main takeaway so far is that everything's auto-synced. You don't have to worry about uploading anything, tracking, checking your email. You just open the CRM and you go to your dashboard and you set up your if-then rules, and you see all your commission data you'd ever need. And so if we move this over to here, this is more of an agency piece for anybody that has an agent. If you're an agency owner on this call, or if you have a downline, to where you can set up custom portals here and be able to send a portal to your agents so they can log in and see the commission data that they're going to be receiving based off of your inputs. So that's a fun piece. You can customize it with your logo and colors and whatnot. I'm trying to think. I went through this a lot quicker than I anticipated I would. We have about 9 minutes here. Let's get through some questions here, but I just can't stress enough that the importance with this is the retrieve feature. I mean, that's the most important piece. So feel free to open it up to questions here. And if you need to see a certain feature, we can do that. In the meantime, I'm going to try and get this carrier sheet into the chat as well. So let's see. Can I get a list of carriers that you integrate with? Yeah, well, there you go. That's my sign to get back into Zoom here and try and do so. So let's see here. We'll stop sharing. We'll go into the chat. So if everybody download this, please, for your reference. And if there's a carrier that you don't have, that's fine. We can integrate that very seamlessly. So that is in the chat now. If you can't find it, let me know. Let's see here. So somebody's saying the chat is disabled. Is that the case for you guys? Sorry, like I said, Zoom is my first time here. I apologize. Are you guys HIPAA and SOC 2 compliant? Yes. Chat is disabled. Okay, the chat's good now. Can the software pull commissions from previous month and years? If so, and how far back it'll go? Yeah, no, it can. It for sure can. Like I said, it would just have to be through the manual method, unless my engineers come up with a way to streamline that. But you would just have to take any files you have and just upload them manually, and yeah, the data will populate. There's no limits as far as how far back you can go or how much you can upload. There was a question on what is the setup cost, which is a great question. Let me pull up my screen again. Oh God, man, I feel I feel much older than I am. I'm sorry. Let's go here. And so as far as startup cost goes, there's no cost to actually, and there's no setup cost. I don't like setup cost. Never done them. But to get access to the commission feature of the CRM, come down here, $247 a month is what it is. $247 a month, and I told my team I was going to do this. For any of you that are on the call and not on the platform yet, we typically give a 14-day trial, and then you get billed the $247. Anybody on this call, if you let my team know when you sign up, just tell them Jacob said you could have 30 days free. And then we give some credits here for like SMS and call, and say Jacob is going to give me 100 instead of 50. But yeah, to get access to Commission Plus, which is right here, $247 a month. Please feel free to throw questions. Let's see. Chat is disabled. I don't know. Is the chat working, you guys? I'm sorry. Oh, man. And if you have any other questions about the system as a whole, feel free to ask as well. I just wanted to focus on the commission tracking feature because a lot of agencies do come to us for this because it does make it a lot easier. Let's see. I think another question came through. Okay, the chat is not working, but Q&A is. Okay, thanks, Jason. Let me go into the chat. Let's open up the chat settings, maybe. Yeah, if you guys can't text in the chat, throw it in the Q&A, please. I can do this all day. Chat is disabled, but we can put in there, but we can't show you. Yeah, just put it in the Q&A. I'll get it answered. I'm trying to think if I missed anything while we went over this. Again, I'm beating a dead horse. Just everything starts from the manual upload of what you already have and then the retrieve feature. Because then and then it gets fun. Everything starts displaying. So then, like in my mind, if I'm you guys, you do the upload and then you do the retrieve. And then once you do that, you make sure the data looks good here in the dashboard, and then you contact my team to start setting up these if-then rules, your agency portal, fun stuff like that. Let's see. Q&A. You can see what you're supposed to ask questions in Q&A. What is your email and website? So website is right here, unlockcrm.ai. My email is jacob@unlockcrm.ai. Man, I put it in the chat, but I'm gonna have to hop on YouTube here and make sure this doesn't happen again. Um, are some of the new carriers that aren't ACA compliant in that list, such as Manhattan Life and Philadelphia American? I'll have to double check. I haven't checked the list in a minute. I'll check that with my team and make sure we're fully compliant there. If we get commissions from carriers not in the list, can the statements be imported somehow? Yes, they can. So like the manual uploads can. It would just be for the retrieve feature. But like I said, send us over the list of carriers that aren't there. And we'd be happy to do that. And I just had a brain blast. Let me let me show the PDF here on my screen. we're all over the place, guys, but welcome to my world. This is just another day. So I'll actually share this because this will be useful for you guys. And I don't like the typical webinar deal where, it's boring. Okay, ask questions and then hop off. I don't think that's fun. All right. So sharing my screen here for carriers that are in here. I apologize if you can't see it okay. I know it's a lot. This is probably a better format. We're missing a page here. We went over the first page. These are the second and the third page. You can do a quick scan here. You all will be emailed with this recording, and then it'll be coming from me if that's okay. It'll be a manual email. I like doing that. But you'll have all the details you need. And if you, like I said, if you do sign up, tell the team, Jacob said I can have 30 days free and $100 in SMS and email credits. And Jason, I'll actually give you $100 as well because I like your energy. You seem like a great guy. But yeah, this is the list of carriers. We try to update it as frequently as we can. We are compliant with everything that's happening. I may not have the most personal touch when it comes to that, but the team definitely is on top of it, and they know much more than I do, for better or for worse. Let's open the chat here again. You went too fast over this info. I apologize. I'm a fast person. Yeah, you'll get the PDF. Yeah, so the username and passwords are, we technically can't see them. They're secured through Bitwarden. You don't see 4 carriers you use, hard to get access. No, not at all. Like I said earlier, takes 7 to 10 days to get the carriers on there. So if they're not on this list, it's just for commission tracking, whereas the application process not there as well. So this list that everybody's seeing right now, this is the auto sync for the commission tracking and the book of business tracking. The applications is a little different. It doesn't have the auto sync feature from the carriers, but for your book of business and the commissions, these are available with the auto sync. And Grant, for the 4 carriers that you don't see, it's very easy to get them into the system. We just need to know which ones you're needing. So I'll share that PDF with everybody. We'll continue with questions here. Once again, I apologize if I went too fast. Really do. But you'll have a recording, and I always tell people when they're on meetings with me, if I went too fast, just watch the recording, and instead of the regular speed, just go back to 0.5. All right, what else? So if they're not on the list, it's just for commission tracking, whereas the application process not there as well. Did I answer? I think I answered that. I answered that. Sorry. Any other questions? I know we're at 2:30 here. I would love to answer anything. Like I said, the website is unlockcrm.ai. My email is jacob@unlockcrm.ai. And like I said, guys, this is just it's a very small sliver of what we do in the grand scheme of things. I'll just tease the CRM in general here. As you can see, we have everything in the AI world that you could possibly want. We even have AI quoting to where you just chat with AI and you can get quotes in 5 seconds. We have policy tracking within the system. Like I said, it's not automated quite yet, but we'll get there. Phone system. We have an AI outbound caller that can clone your voice and make calls on your behalf. I know that sounds freaky, but it actually does work really well. What else do we have in here? We have a whole ACA portal, Medicare portal. We have quoting from life through ACA and all the above. We have white label capability. So if you're an agency and you would like the white label for your agency, we can do that. And if you want the white label, the system to resell it, you can do that as well. All right, guys. I don't want to take anybody's more of your time. I'll check questions one more time. I'll get on your calendar with my business partner. Sounds great, sir. Great exchanging emails with you this morning. All right. Well, if anybody doesn't have any questions, you have my contact info. You know how to reach me and my team. We would love. I'm telling you, we would love to have you on the platform. I think the best part of what we do is our support and our onboarding. So I think you all would be pleasantly surprised compared to what else may be out there. I've heard some horror stories, but I'll let everybody go. I hope everybody has a blessed rest of their day. Thank you for listening. I apologize if I was too fast for something that makes sense, but that's why we have a free trial and one-on-one demos for. So I appreciate it, guys. We'll talk soon, and look forward to talking to you guys next Thursday. Look for in your inbox for that invite. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.